Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Boysak Tanko and it's time to evolve. Today I'll be talking about accommodation in the United States of America as an international student. What should I do as an international student seeking for housing? So what would you do if you have not sorted your accommodation out before coming to the USA? A lot of students have come in. First 2 weeks to a month, they get stranded, not knowing where to stay. So these are what you should consider if you're an international student coming to the United States without sorting out your permanent accommodation. The first option is talk to your friends. If you have friends in the school already, talk to them. If they are willing and open, they can allow you to stay in their house. The second option, of course, is before you get your permanent accommodation, you can decide to stay in a hotel or Airbnb. If you've spoken to friends and people who are in the school you're going to and then they are not available to give you an accommodation at the moment, then you can get a hotel or Airbnb to stay in for the time being. If you don't have a friend, if you don't have anybody in that town, and if you cannot afford to stay in a hotel or Airbnb at the moment, you can contact your international student service, you can contact religious organizations in the school, you can contact even the student life, you can contact maybe your advisor or something. Let them know, hey, I'm coming into the United States of America and I'm coming into the school, but I do not have a place to stay for so period of time. I would really love to get a temporary place to stay. So how do you get across to the religious organizations or some student life associations? You can check them on Instagram, or you can get across to them from your school website. Most of them are on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they might even be on Twitter and LinkedIn. So try to get across to them from such platforms. I know of students who would contact the International Student Service, and then the International Student Service can connect them to people that offer international student temporary accommodation. Just make sure you speak about it so you don't get stranded when you come here for the first time. If you've made up your mind that you want to stay on campus, ask about the requirements for living on campus from your school and what you should do. Have it in mind that all schools have a move-in date and then move-out date and then deadline for paying for on-campus housing. Confirm all this information from your school. If you can pay outright, or if there's a payment plan for accommodation fees. The first benefit of staying on campus is you get to network with other students and attend all the plenty activities happening on campus. There are always activities on campus, so if you stay on campus, you get to attend those activities and you get to network with other students. A very important one is most universities here have their on-campus university police and all. The CCTV and other security measures put in place just for the safety of the students. Another one is when staying on campus, it is easier for you to stay up late in the library, trying to study or work on group projects. But if you stay off campus, if you're staying in a town like the town I'm staying in, you know that there are some times in which the bus is not in operation, so you have to meet up with the bus. Or if you have a car, you don't want to stay on campus that late, coming back and all those things. No, you don't want that. Another one is if you stay on campus, you get to save transport money. If you put all those $20 bus pass or $40 bus pass that you get monthly together, that is something. For those staying in the dormitories, you get food at a subsidized price. Some dormitories allow students to cook on campus while others don't. So confirm from your student housing again if you're allowed to cook on campus. If you're not allowed to cook on campus, the good news is food on campus is at a subsidized price. More benefits of staying on campus. Utilities are actually part of the accommodation piece. You don't have to pay for utilities separately, for light bill, for water bill, for gas, for sewage. Once you pay one money like this, it covers everything. The cons of staying on campus. Number one, it could be very expensive. I know expensive is relative, but compared to staying off campus, it is more expensive to stay on campus. If you can afford that, that is a wonderful option. If you can't, think about it. The second concern I have about staying on campus is that it lacks privacy. If you are a person that loves privacy, don't even think about staying on campus, because you have sold your privacy for staying on campus. However, there are some dormitories that are actually modeled for private lifestyle. Yeah, I know. Dormitory is dormitory, so your privacy is not always yours. Just have that at the back of your mind if you decide to stay on campus. One more thing about staying on campus is if you hate rules and regulations, staying on campus is not for you. There are always rules and regulations guiding the students staying in the dormitory for the sake of peace, safety, and sanity of the environment. Lastly, for me, staying on campus has move in and move out dates. You cannot just pack your things and say, I am coming to live on campus any day you like. They have specific dates you have to move into campus, and then they have specific dates you have to move out of the dormitories. So always confirm from your school housing office what are the dates of moving out and what are the dates of moving in. So let's say you're above the age of 21, your school allows you to stay off campus even if you're 5 years old and you're an international student in the United States. These are the things you should know if you decide to stay off campus. You have varieties of options if you decide to stay off campus. So you might decide to stay alone or with a roommate or with roommates. The choice is yours to make. These are the benefits of staying off campus. Number one, it is cheaper. It's cheaper to stay off campus than staying on campus. 2, staying off campus kind of forces you to embrace the local lifestyle. You get to see what's happening in the community, and you're not just limited to just campus. You get to see the bigger picture of the community. When you stay off campus, you get some sense of responsibility. You get to pay your bills, you get to cook, you get to clean and take care of your apartment. Not like staying on campus where everything is done for you. No, staying off campus, you take care of your things by yourself. If you decide to stay off campus, you live at your own pace. You have the freedom to do whatever you like, whenever you like, however you like, and wherever you like. For privacy lovers, staying off campus is a blessing. Though this is depending on the off-campus option you choose. The cons of staying off campus. Number one, less security. So it is not as safe or secured as staying on campus. Some communities are not that safe while others are safe, and then the security is not like that of on campus. Let me not talk too much. Another downside of staying off campus is if you're not a lover of beer, avoid staying off campus because the bills are not smiling. You are new in America and you definitely need a means of transportation. One of the cons of staying off campus is your housing could be very far from school and you'd have to pay for transportation from your house to the school, so you don't get to save money like those staying on campus. So you have varieties of options if you decide to stay off campus. You can decide to stay on your own, you can decide to stay with a roommate, or you can decide to stay with roommate. Staying on your own is more expensive, it can be lonely, and you don't have anybody to share the bills with. While staying with a roommate or roommates could be cheaper and you don't get to feel lonely. Staying abroad can be lonely at times, but roommate can be company. You need to have this in mind that if you decide to stay with a roommate, you have to let your landlord know that you are staying in that apartment with a roommate and you're not staying alone. This is to avoid matters arising. You don't have much privacy if you decide to stay with a roommate, most especially if you have just one bathroom, because some of the houses could have 2 bedrooms and 1 bath, so that can be something. Have that at the back of your mind.